Oh, good. Hi, everybody. Back in the studio. Hi, thanks for all the giggles yesterday. Oh my gosh. And all of the touching moments. Oh my gosh. I've been just sort of beside myself. This morning, of course, I take in your impressions, and then I just, sometimes, it depends on what's being communicated to me, but, so I'm like processing this incredible joy and fun, and mostly that. I felt a duty this morning to, go ahead and knock out the tweets and communications about some of the dark stuff, and that was what we were doing, with our sort of honoring the dead and going there, but like just the going there together and just showing that you're just in it to win it, and that there's just so much to be gained, just this, quote unquote small experiment in just one particular set of neighborhoods in one international city, that by creating the connections that would be required for current residents to connect with past residents and bridge the gap, all of the just history there. And oh my gosh, like I was aware, of course I had no idea who's standing around me, but I just was aware that there was some warriors in my presence who have for generations been handling the lawlessness of this land. And have understood a reality that I couldn't begin to wrap my head around. And I'm so grateful that you're allowing me to do this work. I'm so grateful to be understood, that it's just a better way to live. It doesn't matter whatever perspective I've been whirling around in this psychotic hell. Okay. And I know that everything can just be pivoted, Pivoted? Is that a word? I keep talking about this. Have I done this on the fan thing? Everybody knows. Yeah, I'll do it. When it's not so cold. It's my little weird, gentle spirit just sort of chewing you out in a loving way, like, let me be. Let me be, and I will make the world beautiful for you. It's so funny. It's my little weird, I don't know, I guess you guys want me to watch Lord of the Rings. There's some like little dude. It's so funny. And she's like, okay, so there's like these different levels. That's, you know, just sort of this song. It's just like my spirit, it's just my presence, just kind of keeping me company. And I'm certain that that came because of the excruciating loneliness, right? And so I'm like fighting with myself, like, this is an imaginary friend. But she's kind of like a Mae West meets Yoda. With a splash of crazy eyes and Puck. Thank you, I speak beauty and joy. Easy, easy, it's easy if you let me. It's so easy. It's really easy. Everybody can learn. Easy. Baby. I love that. That little is piercing, that smooth. It's slowly. I like it. Ooh. Who's your daddy? Eda. Nope. Nope. Eda. Eating. Apparently I do. I got it all in my leg. That's what we're calling the tour legs. Why? That's not actually why. Mostly because, I don't know, it sounded sexy, like a pinup thing. Eta. Hey, do I own the Rockettes? Like if I'm a Rockefeller? Of Rockefeller lineage? Does that mean they're already my bitches? I don't have to like go in and take it down? Good looking bitches. I need to put on some heels because I need some work. To enslave women. To enslave everybody, but I'm going to talk about the woman's experience, the feminine experience, maybe, so that way anybody can kind of, but like, systemic violation of sexuality is rape of the Holy Spirit. It's blaspheming the Holy Spirit. My images, these images of rape, and I'm like, I never raped, and these images of violence, and everybody was kind of like, you're exaggerating, blah, 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 not realizing that I was getting, well, that's not true, right? They knew they were taking me to hell. It's so, my concern is that there's no outsmarting God, and it feels to me like humans have been engaged in what is in essence sorcery in order to jerry-rig the second coming. They figured out some respects the spirit world, but I have consistently been in situations where I felt endangered, and it's because this construct has not honored the feminine. So my vision of it being a pinhole that has been sort of poked through the plasma, and it's plasma, right? It's folding in on it. They've just, through the jerry-rigging, punctured. So if we don't come together very quickly to form that kind of funnel shape, that if you're, there's little foam things that they put around fancy fruits, so if you pull one of those off, it sort of makes a cone shape, and that's the shape of the pinhole. And that's why my perception, my vision was conical of, I was here in this hourglass of angels, and here where we don't want to go. But in the presence and opening of all that, this merely becomes a root or the engine room, or it's just nothing. I mean, it's just, but so much of our attention is directed here, and it should be here. That sounds really abstract, but it's very, very important that we move quickly and in unison, because it will close back up, is my vision. Right, I kept saying, I'm all alone, I'm all alone, I'm all alone. Right? I cannot do that again, because there's some really, really, really dark, evil shit out there that we're going to face. But the more geometric we are, the same patterns that they used to drive me down could be engineered backwards. And I, you, me, we, as I discover how to make connections, then you honor, and we do that, should be very, not hard, not very difficult, I don't think. I think it's a matter of, and you know the framework, you know the tree, you know which the aorta, and you make me contact that. I hate that, but it's my time in this space pure. I go, make a big space, and we go there. This is the fastest thing. This is my, got it? And I can't know that, only you know that. That's why Ava's on the lamb. Just gotta gather her up, ita, quickly, like that basket this day native and snow and I'm okay. We did that, okay. It's in the patterns of the basketry, not just natives, it's the patterns of their cultural infrastructure. It's right there. It's just right there. And just preference my music, this place, this cross-reference my people, place, my this person, place, thing, experience. Data structures, it's very easy. They already have all that. Like, there's not a problem, my people, citizens of the world, that as we start to unpack this, please be ready. There's going to be a lot of ugly that's going to get uncovered and disappointment and stuff, but if you're just prepared for that, if we have this conversation about if I lead you, me, we solve shadow, how we move Kelly, we also then move others in concert with Kelly, and then we know how to face shadow without fear. We in unison. It doesn't have to be so terrifying. And we clean, we cleanse, we heal, we are not afraid, and then we connect, have opportunity, business, everything, joy, music, culture, beautiful life, plenty. We are Eden in just a matter of, we just need to get patterns. It's just patterns. And that's why I was just like, you cannot, gosh, traditional talk therapy and like the Western tradition is so stupid for highly traumatized patients. It's just worthless. It's just completely worthless. And that's why when I was able to take my therapy, hear this, and connect it with this rhythm, warrior rhythm of the African American warrior male gangster that, suck my dick. It's just really the ultimate sort of African American male shadow. Fuck you. And I, me, it's Ava. It's my gentle, very most fragile flower, open, ikitai, to that strong rhythm. Just shh, because this, not this, that obabakete, if she let her flower in the center strum like that, fan like, and then she just unfolds like her petals. It's just the hardest harder against the softest are soft. Feel that? And this balance is beautiful. And this, my experience yesterday was so love, erotic, sensual, also mother, also. It's me, I am the most beautiful girl in the world. And so are you. It's a kind of you in the center of your fan. It's me, coiling on that rhythm of your ear. But many of us, that ear is African American roots. It's everywhere. Rock and roll, jazz, blues. Okay. I'm just processing. Yeah, I just need time to process. My God. Oh my gosh, what a triumph yesterday was. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. I'm so proud of you. And then it's the kiddos, you know. Yeah. I see TI because also my data is separated more like theirs, not basic and beta. Oh, sorry. No idea. No idea. Oh yes I do. Oh yes I do. It was a thought I had earlier. Those who have ears. Yeah, they will. The spirit. Oh, whatever that was. My spirit tears. Oh yeah, stay empty. Oh, really? Is he related? Oh my gosh, how beautiful is that? Ah. I need to move her legs. So much time in the car yesterday. Let's do. Oh, Avatar. Everything. So much better to think it better. Transform to mentorship. Yes, all the time. Easy. Khi ấy thả bị ôi kìa kìa chứ tất cả cái cái I don't know what it means, but I got the message. He's like the board, I guess, huh? Weird. What? Yeah, talk about violation of privacy. Fuck's sake. Okay, now 1,090 voted. You go up. You download. You downloaded it. Pimpin' potties. Oh, I don't want any more creepiness. No, 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 no. Yeah. Just a minute. Oh, yeah. It's early. It's okay. Also because I just was I fuck your bitch. I just it seems unlikely that I'll make a social faux pas in this environment. ABBK. These young people beside the street in the background. It's I just want to observe they with it they just be relax. No I would just be sketching in the corner. Just with my eyes closed, like I'm not even there. You just be yourselves, and I just make information. I log every say. It's me. I like this some earthquake thing or something like that. Okay, that. It's enough. Right there. Plus the safety of I have no emotional it's a safe place. Gangster rap is a safe place because I have no emotional they can't violate me emotionally here. That's why it was a safe place. You were my therapist. I will never forget that. It's cold. It's cold. Ugh. It's so much sense. They have little sounds. Oh. There it is. See, now I don't even have to talk right now. It's going from my leg all the way up through. Just moving, that would be the only thing to do, would be, beginning and end. You can enter into a song, you can come out of it, and the lyrics. Because that's the hard part. The hard part, like of course I didn't know what was going on. It's, you go there. You have to be able to get back out. This is my personal baggage from the information I found out yesterday. I can't let it reside. Right, it can't take root here within me. I have to move it. Which is why somebody who's doing the kind of work that I'm doing, healing both herself through the healing of specific peoples, means this girl's got a lot to process, which is why I lose my keys. Yeah, it's not just being stoned. It's like moments contain, on occasion, moments contain millions of years of guilt and sorrow. Like I'm there. I did. Here we go. Here's how, perfect. In terms of accommodating me, I want you to have a sense. You don't even have to know. Just how bad do you think your demons are? And know that I'm going to walk in the middle of that. How would you take care of me in the presence of your demons? How would you take care of me in the presence of your demons? What protection would I need? Knowing who I am. You know, right? So, if I were, I know, what are twin powers? Oh yeah, that's it. The League of Justice, have we talked about the White House? Oh yeah, okay, we have to do that. Yeah, we're gonna have a White House in every, neighborhood. And so we'll do a social through our campaign redesign. We're going to figure out what's important. Then we'll do community together. Our leaders, the cabinet, will basically do life together. Again, that's going to be a hive of community living activity, but we'll live together in the White House. And then when we go out on leadership initiatives, we're going to be feeding into the exact same channels at the state level or local, whatever configurations, whatever tribes begin to form, so that the cabinet is organically sort of moving as the tribes are innovating and forming their framework. But regardless, I just thought it would be super cool to be really social about it, to really reinforce the idea that this is our country, this is our planet. And again, the White House concept is going to work within the United States of America. If other people wanted to adopt that idea, cool. But there was a beautiful White House, and I asked you guys to drop a pin. I hope you got it. But just find like the silly, fancy house in the neighborhood and paint it white, and that'll be the White House. And so you should be able to move as a leadership thread. I should be able to go from the White House to a governor's mansion to because the design would be consistent, right? The problem we have right now is that these things, but with us citizens, people no need this stupid grid, extra expenses, blah blah. Like our design from our neighborhoods is going to collect data, it's going to trend. That's going to reveal the leadership tops of the heaps, where you have two heaps come up where there's TTPI, this conflict conversation becomes a conversation point, becomes an area of research. Instead of an election or competition, we say, oh, we have 2, 3, maybe multiple varying points view with this issue, this experience, this person, place, thing, whatever the conversation is about that we believe needs governance. So where points of conflict are, instead of being points of conflict, we say they're points of conversation. Anywhere where there isn't conflict, governance is just going to happen in real time from your neighborhood, which is following the basic same template structure as your state, as your nation, right? And you should be able to go from your White Houses at every level. Okay. Symbolic, This is leadership. I know it gets so fibulated. It's some words. The language is as I say later. I don't think I see because I see also there is jeez. I oh my god. So, Apu is actually Slim Shady. That's hilarious. Aww. I love him. He's such a cutie pie. Kitty eye. Kitty. Slim Shady. Maybe he's EBTI is I everyone. Is this my A-B-C-I-E-D-I, A-C-I. Yeah, I have no illusions about the fact that I'm going to be connected to these people for the rest of my life. But, APCI. I don't have to do FaceTime with them, is all I'm saying. Unless they just want to willingly continue to violate my wishes, and that just sucks. Because if they think I don't pick up on those energies, well, we all know that's not true. Even if I don't understand them, what's happening at my unconscious level, I obviously do. These high. Kita. Yeah. Oh yeah, Punkanger. That's another study entirely. That's a different stream. But I can't go there until I, as Kelly, am loved and secure. I mean, I'll go anywhere once I know that I have a back button. Keep saying that. Nobody is sending somebody down into the deep of the ocean without oxygen and training and a team, and how do you get out of this when you panic, and you know. It's just we need to have more of a sort of an exploration, having each other's backs, enterprise, crew kind of mentality. My God. And once we have that down, like once we're playing our positions, well, it's different for us because number one, we gotta figure out what the hell a team configuration looks like. So I'm guessing 5 is probably a pretty good number. So let's play basketball. You know, I think we should do that. I do. I think we should do 3, not 4, 3, 5 as starting points. Okay. I mean, just a simple project for me would be someone, they say, musician. It's me, it's small projects. Small. Yeah. Me and this my team. We make love. Haha. PTI. Keep it classy. Hashtag Eva 2016. Reproduction as a metaphor, not an invitation to sleaze. Pistol packing mamas, pollinating goodness. The I, O, E, I, yeah, right. Planting queen bees. E, I, you say yes, we are digital, we make society our collective, CIA, yeah, that's what we do, right? So yes, we are hive she. We tie, we make her hive she. We serve, that's, yeah. Yep. Yeah, so, the swarm. God, during my psychosis, I was always like, you're swarming me, stop swarming me. No, they're coming at you from every side. I'm like, oh my God, I got a message here. It's fucking multidimensional. Whoa. It's no age. Ouch. Ow. It's nice. Not nice. I know, right? It's just white male domination stuff. You know, this history or this willingness to engage in orchestrated child molestation, which so defies the very um, fabric and tissue of mother, feminine, um, so, I mean, now I can never get the what's happening guy out of my, when I hear the background vocal, I only see his face. Um, this, any mother will tell you that of course a child exhibits very sexual behavior as well as very violent behavior. But can. But what an attentive parent does all the time in these subtle nuances back and forth is, we don't touch ourselves there in public. We don't, pick our nose. We don't, this stuff. And so the perversion was the male shadow being expressed in the rape, in the raping of children. It was a deep, deep violation. Just so unspeakably horrifying and to do it in such a way that, they're saying my father engaged in oral sex with one of my best friends in high school, and my grandfather violated certain men in my life. It's just, or celebrities. It's just so dark. It's just like, blah. Ugh. At any rate, I have a sense that more of the feminine wisdom has entered back into the generations, and they're working on that healing. Just because a child can be violent, it doesn't mean that we encourage that. Just because a child can be sexual doesn't mean that we encourage it. Any parent, so this is these powerful, power has resided where it has resided. Excuse me. And, so yeah, I'm sitting with that. It's really awful, and I pray that there are people in the world who aren't a part of it. I hope that our population is fairly small, and to specifically organize molestation, it's so designed to marginalize women. It goes beyond saying. Just goes beyond saying. I don't know what it does to the male soul. I don't know. But it very much pits women against each other. That kind of activity. And so when we finally get to the place where we're having the conversation about populations, the populations that more represent feminine values and identify more with them, and by that I mean living in harmony with the earth, with young, with animals, requires intimacy, vulnerability, sensitivity, its user interface, and the violence that our forefathers have woven into this. They've woven it into everything. They've been building everything with this profound misunderstanding. I mean, the population on the planet that has been most consistently enslaved and marginalized and abused. It's women. So I'm just kind of like working my way until I have a team, because like we're gonna go places that are so massive that there's no way one person should.
Kita taeka. Kita reka tapapaita apapapaite.
You love me. You love me so much. And that's cool. Just make sure that you don't hurt me. You just like move me so that I don't like have to be afraid of loving you with everything I have. That's what women want to do. And if you allow us, the world gets a whole lot sexier.
I'm gonna stop this video before the file gets too big. Love you.